If you constantly feel flooded by texts and you're trying to focus and work, but you keep failing, I'm gonna tell you exactly what worked for my clients so you don't have to keep struggling. Hi, I'm Nick McLaughlin. I'm an executive function coach, giving you strategies to help you be incredibly focused and follow through as a leader using fun analogies like these. So I've had a ton of people come to me struggling with this device right here. One client I had, I'm not kidding you, I have this as a testimonial on my website, was on their phone 12 hours a day. 12. And we got it down from 12 hours a day to 4 hours a day. And the way we did that was we were extremely intentional about how we were going to approach using this. And one of the things we did was acknowledge boundaries. You and your phone have a very special relationship. However, every relationship requires boundaries in order to succeed. And if you don't set boundaries, what's going to happen is you're going to be walked all over. So this wave represents the text messages that are flooding you as we speak, as you're trying to work on your nice, peaceful, relaxing water here. Water represents kind of this ocean of uncertainty where it's supposed to be calm, supposed to be a nice, relaxing space. Sometimes there's a little bit of a distraction, but you get back into it. But this represents the massive wave of constant texts you just cannot keep your eyes off of. You can't stay calm if you're constantly thinking, oh, I know people are texting me right now, because now you gotta look at your phone, and once you're on your phone, it's like a rabbit hole, and you go and do the next thing and check your Instagram or your Facebook or your TikTok or whatever, and it's just a big rabbit hole from there. This wave completely overtakes you and sinks you under. And now you got to flip this boat, get back on track. You do not have to let that happen. And the way you do that is by setting boundaries right here. Now, what you want to do is you want to set a parameter here. You want to set the boundaries here. Or you could say, I'm going to set them here, I'm going to set them here. And the way you do that is by, one, setting a dedicated time for when you do text, because then this whole wave has a wall and you know it's there, but you don't have to answer it now. You answer it later. So one thing that my clients told me really helped them was we would set a time to text or to be on your phone to do certain things. And we would let the friends or family members know, hey, I need your help. I'm trying to hold myself accountable and not be on my phone as much and respond to all these texts. So what I'm gonna do from now on is I'm only gonna respond to my texts from, I don't know, let's say 5 to 6 p.m. or when I'm on the train on the way home. Otherwise, this boundary is not going to be here and it's just going to flood right to you. And you have no way of protecting your focus. So we're kind of setting up a seawall here. And you don't have to answer all of these, but having a dedicated boundary is going to support you to be in control instead of this being in control of you. Now, if you don't set boundaries, what you're basically saying is you're basically communicating with them that it's okay to pass your boundaries because they don't think it's there. So why would they care? Why they wouldn't see it? For me, it felt like setting boundaries was confrontational, but you know, it's not true. You're not a bad person for setting up boundaries. In fact, you are basically telling people this is how I want the relationship to go from the beginning. You have a specific preference that helps you, that supports you, and that will work better for your relationship. So that doesn't sound confrontational. I even like to call that being controversially kind. Because to me, it feels controversial, but it's not even controversial at all. I like being a kind person and I don't want to be taken advantage of either. So what I do is I just say, hey, I'm letting you know that this is where I draw the line. You can spin it in a positive way. It doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be rude or forceful. But by communicating, especially up front, hey, I only talk to people via text around this time. This is my window so that I can be intentional with my day. You're also identifying who actually cares about you enough to respect your boundaries. And you're setting a dedicated time for yourself to be focused and keep the waters calm so you can get things done and not be distracted by all of this. Turn your phone off, put it somewhere out of the room if you can, and if you don't want to, you can put it in your desk. That's a massive phone. It's the size of the chair. I don't know how I would focus with a phone like that. And if you feel like you're self-conscious because you're afraid of telling people no in the sense of not responding, if you tell them, hey, would you mind helping me do this thing that's really important to me, to keep my integrity for myself and to be intentional with my day, because I really struggle with being focused at work or when I'm at home. People will usually respond really well to that. Now, this is just one of a few steps that are really important to take when you're being intentional to be extremely focused at work. If you're interested in that, click the link in the description below to get executive function help. Like and subscribe. And I'd love to hear in the comments below what you thought of this, if you struggle with your boundaries as well. Later, neighbors.